Andy Katz for NCAA.com and March Madness with a look at 9 sophomores who have a chance to be headline names by season's end. Now, there are a couple of names that you won't hear on this list, and that's in large part because I think they're already headline names on teams that I think will compete for the national championship. Trey Jones from Duke, Ashton Hagans from Kentucky, Aaron Henry from Michigan State, Andrew Nembhard from Florida. I didn't feel like I needed to put them on this list because they're already a headline within their conference. All right, so let's look at our 9. I went 9 different leagues, 1 to 9. Here we go. Tyrese Halliburton from Iowa State. He has a legit shot to be in competition for Big 12 Player of the Year. He's going to have a monster season for the Cyclones. He will be the go-to player for Steve Prohm. Ciotti Johnson from Florida. Well, I'm going to take Johnson and Nembhard. So Johnson won't get the headlines early in the season because of Kerry Blackshear, Scotty Lewis, Nembhard. But Johnson will be just as important a part of Florida's run to potential Final Four berth. Kihei Clark from Virginia. Of course, everyone knew Clark last year because he was on the national champs, had the unbelievable pass to Mamadi Diakite to end up tying Purdue at the buzzer to send that game into overtime, a game they ultimately won in the Elite Eight. Clark had tremendous wherewithal to get that ball to Diakite, threading it from above the top of the key inside. Clark's going to have a very good year for Virginia. He's going to stay in his lane. He's not going to do too much, but he certainly will deliver in that role. At number 4, A.J. Reeves from Providence. He was hurt for a little bit last season, so we didn't see his full potential, but he had an outstanding freshman season for the Friars. He's going to be one of the more improved players in the Big East. He's going to have a major impact on Providence's chances, not just to get to the tournament, but maybe win a game or two. At number 5, Daniel Otero from Minnesota. Jordan Murphy was the star inside for the Gophers. He was the rebounder. Not necessarily the rim protector. That was Otero last season. But now, the offense, at least in the front court, will funnel a little bit more through Otero. And for Richard Pitino, he's got a gem in a front court player who can play both ends of the court. At number 6, Francis Socorro from Oregon. Now, last season, Okoro didn't need to be the dominating presence inside. Early in the year, it was Bol Bol. Later in the year, it was Kenny Wooten. But this season, with all the newcomers that I think will have a major impact on this team, Okoro will be that staple returning. At number 7, Kessler Edwards from Pepperdine. Lorenzo Romar told me that Edwards is not getting his due, that he's just special talent. A lot of it, of course, goes to Kobe Ross, their guard for the Waves, but Edwards will have an impact on whether or not Pepperdine makes the NCAA tournament. I've got them as one of those teams that's going to be right there to potentially get in. At number 8, Dexter Dennis from Wichita State. He'll end up being one of the more improved players in the American Athletic Conference. He will help Wichita State get to the NCAA tournament. They've got outstanding newcomers coming in on the perimeter, but Dennis will be the leader of that pack. And yet again, another outstanding lead guard for Greg Marshall. And at number 9, for St. Bonaventure, Kyle Lofton. I've mentioned him before in some of these lists, but I want to give him another shout out because the Bonnies, I think, will be in the mix, kind of like Pepperdine, down to that last weekend or two. And Kyle Lofton's going to be another great guard that has come through Ole in New York. The difference a lot of times when St. Bonaventure's made a tournament run, it's been junior and senior guards. Now you've got a sophomore guard who could potentially lead St. Bonaventure to an NCAA tournament.